What do you say, Jim?
There's just no stress when you press.
It's off. He's a coil of wire. Where'd you go for that? Grimsby?
Go back. They actually got to go.
We've got the laziest electrician ever. All he's done today is put a bit of trunking on the wall. Annie, Matt?
Yeah.
It's only got a 3 core, so the brown wire will link to my brown, which will come off my toe port off my resin bean. It'll do that. This then creates my priority hot water system. So just before 6:30, bins out, all that malarkey. So meeting this morning with the team at 6:30 just to catch up. Dale's gone on holiday for a week, so just doing a little bit of a handover. So I'm getting up there now, have a quick breakfast chat with the team, so I'll be in there, go from there, so I'll see you there.
I'll one booked in 8, but I've got the keys for St George's. Do you want to run to that one and then run to that one?
Yeah, do it that
And
way.
then I'll go from there to Express.
That one's not going to be as paramount, so yeah, I would.
We're in the meeting, I need my hair cutting again. A week in, my hair needs cutting, but at least I've got hair to cut, look. Why widen it? Get it out, pull it back. Dale, where you going somewhere?
I'm just considering asking Lou to pull it back, to be honest with you.
Don't you pull yours back. Where you going somewhere?
Turkey, I'll be gone.
Leaving us in the late show. Been a handover on it, Dale. Dale done a handover.
Yeah.
Do we think it'll be a sinking ship, everyone? Guys, what do you think? Yeah. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Crack on there, we'll just crack on over, guys, so yeah.
I'll miss the work life. It's gone for a week. I'll be back, mate, don't you?
So it was a good night last night. Listened to a couple of good productive books and stuff, and do things that I need to do. What did you two get up to last night?
Love Island, man. I had a meeting.
You watched Love Island, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, I don't watch it, mate. I've got better things to do in my life. Right, so back on site. Got the main man here today. Say hi, Jim.
Hi guys.
Give me. What company are you from? Because Chris will be happy with this.
It's Drury Electrical Limited, one of the premier electrician companies in Beverley. Brand everything.
You're natural.
Brand everything.
Press no stress. So we've just got Jimmy down today. He's going to get this wiring done, and this is what plumbers. So we've got these template vans and the Sparky box up in here. More or less a brand new Toyota. Unrailing it, charge way too much. We've just got the Sparkies down here today because this system, like I say, he's got to get this wired up for us. It's going to be the priority hot water system, low loss header, external shunt pump, zone valve and stuff like that. So I've allowed 3 days to do this job, me and Matty. He's a bit of a push, hence why I've got Jimmy, the main man in, the one and only go-to guy. So he's available for govies. Do you want to drop your number? Do you want to drop it in the link?
Yeah, it's 01201.
He's done in. Right, what's the problem?
Big problems today, aren't
No, there ain't. Come on, Drury Electrical, tell us. I'm not being horrible, Jim, but that top doesn't help for your arms.
Don't look good, is it? It's not a piece of strings.
What's planned then? We've got no signal way back to the boiler.
What if we was to put a programmer in here and downstairs to give it some control?
If you put a program in here though, and I don't want to sound daft, won't that bring the pump on 24/7, but then it's going to run on the actuators? What be on? We need the actuators to be able to go through that, don't we? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll cut that there. It's going to be technical. Matty,
What?
say it again.
What?
Say again what you just said.
So that I act stressing on.
What do you say, Jim?
There's just no stress when you press.
So we've got Jimmy at Drury's top tip. Come on, Jim, fire away.
If the press fails the first time, don't stress, just repress.
He's a natural, isn't he? I'm just running through now the priority domestic hot water system. It is a little bit confusing because obviously on here I've got 22mm zone valve which will go to my unvented cylinder with a 28mm zone valve on here which will be the normally open 3 wire, and the brown on this one goes to the brown on my 22mm tool port. So when my 22mm tool port for my hot water zone valve comes into demand, it will shut the water down to the house, privatise the cylinder using SL2 switch port on the boiler here, and what that does, it allows the boiler to go into maximum rate. And when it kicks over to SL1 then states that the boiler can work on modulation with weather compensation, which will be more than feasible for the air on the floor heating. Through now. Now then. Easy. Just doing a quick air van tour, Jim. Tell us about your van.
Got all my tools in here. This is my commission bag.
Is that your fag?
You want a bit of cookies in here?
What we're doing here then, Jim?
Just figuring out if we can put relays on the manifolds.
To be able to get them to work?
Yeah.
Because if not, we might have to look at upgrading the... Is it manifold wiring centre?
Yeah. It's not.
Tell you what, mate, I've got a bit of a chest, you want, yeah? Coming through all that, a bit of a rug. Austin Powers over here.
Yeah, baby.
So what we're thinking of doing here? Relays for...
Yeah. Relays to stop all the zones coming on together.
Yeah, I get you. And that's what happens in back of the Van Daris with Caprani and Drury Electrical. And Chris Kennedy, if you're watching,
Brand everything.
he needs a pair of ours. So I'm just getting a bit of an education now. I do know quite a lot about wiring stuff, but Jim is going to give us a quick run through now, and I hope he knows what it's on about.
Wait a minute, let me think first. So...
What a relay does. Do you want me to cancel it? We'll go again in a minute.
Yeah, go again in a minute.
So POV of the electrician's shop, talk to me.
Just checking to see what phase the garage sockets are on, because we're going to put some boiler wire in.
Is it phase 7?
L1. We've got for garage ring main, I'm afraid, mate. It's not good news.
What do you mean?
Not good news.
Why do Sparkies do this when they come inside and put the window up here? How much?
It's a big one here. I'll get some quotes on.
So, I've got the boys in. No.
I'm actually off for Sunny now.
What do you mean? The boys are here. Yeah, but don't mind going for Santa, but don't be ringing me at half 4 and going, I can't get the jobs done because I've been sat doing now, having Santas.
Hey, dickhead, I'm entitled to my dinner.
Yeah, you are, but you've also got jobs to do.
You had a half hour, weren't you?
Study, yeah.
Whoa, I can't. Delivery boy.
And this is what kills me. Matt, look at this, watch, this is what kills me. You're like me, a grafter. Mr. Arms crossed number 2.
He's been laying out for him too much, hasn't he?
You've been here.
I feel quite sorry for George because obviously me and you, Nate, like, this is my idol and that is your idol.
So I'm back to the 22 8mm tool pot. So this is a normally open air tool pot valve. You'll see here it hasn't got a lever on it there. And the way this works is, don't drop. It's only got a 3 core. So the brown wire will link to my brown, which will come off my tool pot. Off my bean, it'll do that. This then creates my priority hot water system. And what I mean by that is the tool pot that I'm going to fit there for the hot water side, the normally open one will go there. When my time clock kicks in, it'll send power to my cylinder thermostat. Thermostat will be in demand, that'll send power to my brown on my 222mm tool pot to allow the boiler to come on using SL2 maximum rate. Luke just wishes he knew what I was on, what we don't have a clue. Look at him. And then... No, I've got water, cheers, mate. And then from there, the brown on this valve here, the normally open, will be energised closed. So then what happens is, my boiler can kick into maximum rate behind me and allow a full 80-degree flow around my cylinder for Legionnaire's purposes. So when you break it down, it is pretty straightforward. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It is a little bit confusing, it can be, but doing a little bit of education and stuff like I say. But you can see behind me now, I've had an architect downstairs and they're quite impressed with the job as well. But yeah, it's just using the space wisely and doing it. It's a shame to lag things like this, but we crack on nevertheless. And what done to my hair? Should we get it on?
You've got like 8 to do, because it's 70s, 80s, 90s, don't they? Got an naughty now.
Matty, do us a favour.
What?
How long's he been offside for now?
At least 2 hours.
2 hours, right, and all he's picked up
Man's got to wait.
is a coil of wire. Where'd you go for that? Grimsby?
Goal back. They actually got a goal.
Right, so well underway now. I'm just going to hand you over to our local electrician, Jimmy. What is it?
Sparky 69.
Sexy Sparky 69. So if your missus gets a like off this is the creep. Give us a quick run for what you're doing then, Jim.
Putting some containment in you guys.
It's been messing around for hours.
Yeah, that has literally been tackling you for the last hour, hasn't it? I come down it, twisted whip in the corner.
It's
difficult trying to level up when the pipes are out. That's what it is.
So what's the plan here then? We're gonna put all the conduit there, and then what's gonna?
Yeah, we're gonna have our wiring centre just below here. And decide where I'm putting the switch fuse spare, and then possibly another isolation switch for the pump maybe.
Would you happy to pay this install in your house?
Yeah, just not the price probably.
So I mean, this Rotec Sanicube is now coming out. Just having a bit of a chat with the architects about the job and what's going on. So this nuclear bomb, sorry, a little phone call there. Nuclear bomb, hand grenade, whatever you want to call it, is coming out. So you can see it's the old, obviously, oil condensing boiler, and it's pretty simple by the way it looks. Obviously the waterways are quite big. You can see here the pump goes on. It's just on a little manifold there, and all the ports that just go straight into it. So I'll zoom in and get a bit of a torch so you can see there, look. Really overkill, but again, it's been one of the systems from back in the day. With my 3-port there, 28mm supplies coming off, what's that there? But we're going to get underway now, me and Matty, the man, the myth. You've got some torching, strip this out. Press fill, that's been installed. The only concern is I put a press fill in the system. I don't believe it needs it, it isn't that big, it's not a commercial dwelling. It's just a 3-4 bedroom house, which is a big house, but doesn't need that. So I'll see if that needs to go back in. But now plan's going to be, is rip this out, drain that down there, see what we can do. And then once I've got that done, I'm going to get this hole opened up in here, and I can look at what's going on with these pipes, because a lot of this is going to be killed, cut out, and then diverted to back downstairs. So I think we'll have a little go now. I might even try, Matt, get a little cheeky time lapse. What are you saying?
Nah.
Hey, Matt.
No,
Matt.
What?
Why have I got your passport photo here?
You said that yesterday.
So I've opened up this Rotec Sanicube, and I've now established what this is. So this, to be fair, is just like a thermal store. So I have my cold main goes into it with a fill point here. I've got my heating return, heating flow, and my hot water flow. Are you ready for this? Because this is crazy. I can't get it up. So you can see in there now, literally, that's my cold fill point. I've got my heating flow there, which is on that coil there, you can see, and then it returns back. And then my hot water, literally, my hot and colds, the cold comes in, transfer the heat for that like loop there. So it literally, cold comes in, transfers the heat off all the way on that coil, and the hot comes out. So you literally get hot water constantly. This is what they used to do, I suppose, back in the olden days. You know, it isn't very efficient as well. Just imagine, because that constantly has to put the temperature up to 50 to 60 degrees to get it. So we are taking this out, installing a domestic hot water priority system. So we're bringing this house basically into the 21st century, getting rid of this grenade. I'm looking forward to getting this outside tomorrow and getting some good footage, especially this grenade here. I want to get that back to the yard and open it up and show you guys inside of how the exchange works. Right, Matt, let me give this a run full then. We've got the lid off now. You're going to hold this camera, your hands wet, alright?
Dry.
I'll give this a run for what's what. So,
You're probably fitting there when you're there.
we're going to refit this because we think it's really economical. This is thermal store, so I'll just bring you into the top bit a little bit here, and what you'll see, this coil here lifts out. So this was my flow in, this was my return off my boiler, and what it did, it'd come into here and warm this full pool of water up. So there's 500 litres of water in here, warm it up constantly up to 60 degrees as required. And what happened on my manifold loop here, going through it, that was my cold main inlet. So this one here, cold main, transfer to 3 pipes there, and literally it just goes around this coil in a loop all the way around continuously, and my hot comes out there. So you can see the heat transfer. This is going to be great. These are not economical systems, and the reason being is this system constantly has to stay up to temperature up to 60 degrees to achieve hot water. So the system we're putting in now, prior to domestic hot water, under this plan, is more economical. We're putting 300 litres of storage hot water in, second return pump, and obviously with that, when the hot water comes in, the boiler will go into maximum rate using SL2 switch on my Ideal Vogue. And when that is occupied, the 2-port private domestic hot water zone valve on the heating side will then go back, revert to being open and allowed to modulate down to 50 degrees, which is the required temperature now for the underfloor heating and meeting energy regulations. Now, I just absolutely talked an absolute load of rubbish. What do you think about that, Matt?
Over my head, mate, but I'm sure I'll watch this YouTube back and learn a bit more about it.
That's what I like, always learning, right, Matt? You and Eve sat there tonight watching us on YouTube. So, quick insight inside now. Matty, little living legend, ain't mate? What have you had to do here? So, this is the drain off. Now, if I open that, it's going to leak out of us. So, Matt's come up with a great idea. Just give, especially for the apprentice out there, Matty, little insight to what you're doing here.
Well, most people know this, but some apprentices might not know this. What you can do is you can siphon something off. What that means is just get your hose pipe.
Give it a good suck in.
What I've done, then you just place it in. You need to get it high, because the trick is, if I didn't have this above here and going out like that, it wouldn't really work as well. So, it just works on the different pressures.
It's not, it's called siphonic action.
Oh, yeah, it's different pressures, right?
And then you can look inside there now. It's starting to drain like a good one, can't you see?
Yeah, that is outside, and then you just go downstairs, then you just suck on the end of the hose pipe for a bit, and then you'll feel the water shoot out, and then...
Looks good, mate. And I'm cutting the egg out now. This is coming out. It's any of you old boys out there, or girls, let me know if you've seen one of these before. So this is the Rotex, crazy little bit of kit. You can see, obviously, condensing boiler. I think it's one of the first ones back in the day. 2580 pump there, and then just a manifold which gets drawn off on there, like I say. But this did feed this thermal store, which we've come to find now. She's nearly drained now, so I'll be getting all that stripped out, rid of all that. And we're just ripping this out now, resipping everything. So I'm going to go resip. I'll put a cap in the gas meter, leave the lever valve on there tonight, and then resip everything out. I know my floor and returns there, so I should just be able to cut the pipe there, and same with over here as well. So we're on it, aren't we? What do you want, mate?
Some grips, please.
Yeah. So she's out, that's ready to go tomorrow. Just got to get the gas cap now. Need to see what we're doing with the flow, because that penetrates through the roof, so that's down to the builder's sort. I'm also just literally galvan that tight, so it will be weather tight, because you can see when I look up there now, I'm straight there to that, so that's that. I've left my hot water zone circuits and like that, and the reason being is, I'll see if I can get you into this little cupboard here. So I'm going to go through the little hole here. Hot water circuits are there. I've got a dividing wall literally there, and you can see all my zones come off. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do, we're aiming to get this up and running tomorrow as well, so it will still be a bit of a push, but after a good hour in the morning, get a mid round it, I'll be able to suss out what's what. I've got my hot returns, flows there, my heating, my flow returns there, which are going down to the zones downstairs, and they're there as well. But if I bring you through here like this, my shoes. That waste pipe you've seen earlier in the video drops down here. Now my only concern is there is a block wall there, so I can't see it going into there. I think it's just literally what they've done. No, excuse the angle. Does that drop there? It drops just a little bit further on, saving them flow returns as well. So literally, you're on the side of that wall are all them pipes and them wires. So tomorrow I'll have the fun job of sussing out what is my flow return, get all this stripped out. And to be honest with you, I think I'll even look to open this up. So I've got more way in, I've got 2 full inch points. I've got a main flow return running along there as well, which that will want on. It's not in the world. But yeah, I'm just going to get this gas cap now. Cold, get that capped off. Hot circuits are all shut off, drawn off. I'll turn the water off to the building tonight as well. Oh, they've marked them all up 1, 2, 3, 4, which is good. So what is good to see with this job is the install prior to us. It's a good install, isn't it, Matt? A good install. We've done the same there. 2, 1. So again, I'll just, as long as I look them zones back, that'll be my bedroom zones. I like what they've done there. That'll come back on itself. Tomorrow, Matt, I should be able to cut straight down there, mate. If I speak to Jimmy, because I've put a socket there, and we'll just be able to pull this full wall off. I'm not really going to be too fussed about it going back on as well, because it can be thinking, but that's all right. We'll start getting wrapped up down the trolley. We'll get tools tied up, grenades out, tools there, and that's more or less drained. Now, you get a bit of view of that coil now, so yeah. What's saying, Matt?
Oh, nice one.
7 o'clock start, proper grafters, Jimmy, we are.
You want to start at 7?
Yeah, I'll be here for 7 in the morning. Are you?
I might try, yeah.
No, you won't. Right, Jim, so it's, we like to do a bit of sign out where we're at with the job, so fill us in.
Yeah, I'd say we're about a third of the way through. Another couple of days, we should be started.
Nah, tomorrow's up and running tomorrow, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, I'll be ready tomorrow.
We've got a bit of work to do in that plant over there, but I think we've got it covered, mate. Directly where that hatch is up there, I'll literally drop down there, Matt, so we should just be able to drop down. And to be fair, looking at what Jimmy's done here with that boxing, if I run a 28mm pipe through his box in there, that'll be fine. No, we'll be able to drop our... To be fair, Matt, that if you ain't doing out there, I'll be able to do that little circuit thing there.
Where?
you know, like your hots and your returns down there?
Yeah.
You're not bothered, are you? Go on, Jim. Give us a motivational thought.
I'm struggling for one today, mate, I'll be honest.
What is it? Sexy Electrician 69?
Sexy Sparky 69.
That's horrible.
Like and subscribe, guys.
Matt's done alright with cylinder. Do you think that cylinder's questionable what he's done? There's bits I would improve on that one. You know, it's a bit...
What have you done different?
I'm not being funny, mate, but this is proper Sparkies all over. Look at this. Yeah, I'll just...
That's pump like that.
Right, so we're signing out. Matt, we just need to pop upstairs and spray some leak detector on that. I've done a test, we're fine, but just on that, I've got to do it now. So, that is us done for the day. In the background, we've got the laziest electrician ever. All he's done today is put a bit of trunking on the wall. Annie, Matt?
Yeah. There's a few meters of trunk in there, though.
No, I've done well today, lads. It's 3 of us on it. I don't think we'd have got done without Jimmy today. We'll try to get Jimmy to do a bit of sign out here. But yeah, give us a quick run through, Jim, of the job and what is where we're at and what's going on.
We'll be finished tomorrow, won't we? That's all you need to know. Like and subscribe. Don't miss that video tomorrow, guys.